Guys, what's going on? It's Colin here again, back with another engine show video. As you guys may have guessed by the title, this weekend is the Long Island Antique Power Association 30th anniversary summer show. For those of you guys who don't know, this is my local power association, and there's a bunch of other videos I've done on previous shows, but this is our 30th anniversary, as I mentioned, so I'm hoping this will be a really good one. I know I'm going kind of crazy for it, so hopefully everybody else will, but I guess we'll find out as the weekend goes along here. Today is Friday, the Friday before, and got the truck all loaded up here. We're ready to head out. The truck's actually full of a lot of junk that's going to the auction. I brought most of the engines out a couple days ago when I was out there helping set up. But it's about 2 p.m. on Friday. We're going to head out east, and I'm going to start setting up my display and also just help with the club stuff, get everything all ready. And I figured I'd take you guys along for the ride. Going to make it out there with 10 engines and one new piece of equipment which you guys haven't seen, which hopefully I'll be able to tinker with today and get ready. So it should be a pretty darn good show. I was hoping to get a few more engines out there this year, but honestly I just kind of ran out of time. I have too much stuff going on, and I was waiting on parts and whatnot, and it just didn't work out. But hey, I'm gonna say 11 is pretty darn good. So anyways, I'm gonna hop in the truck and hit the road, and I'll keep you guys updated as the day and weekend goes along. So let's get right to it. Made it to the LIE. Every time I sing. From here on, it's pretty much just cruising all the way out to the Power Association. And by the way, that speedo reads about 10 miles an hour under. Well, we got off the LIE a few minutes ago. Now we're on Edwards Avenue, heading north towards Sound. And I just love driving out here. I know I make this point in every video, but it's just all open and nice farms and everything, and old trucks parked on the side of the road and whatnot. Got the sprinklers going and everything. Cruising about 45 miles an hour. Just such a difference from where I live on the islands. It's very crowded out by me, because I'm further west, but this is always just a dream to drive on. But I'm going to keep heading north here, and then once we get on Sound Avenue and we get close, I'll fill you guys in. Well guys, it's probably around noonish on Saturday. I take that back, it's 11 o'clock on Saturday, and the show is already really full. This is already a really damn good show. But figured I'd just check in with you guys. We got Gene pulling up. He actually brought some cool engines this time. We got tractor pulls going on. We got tractors galore. Lots of trucks. And a whole crap ton of engines here. I guess I'll do a little rundown of my lineup since I got almost everything running. Got the Dodge back there, of course. One of my new toys you guys haven't seen yet. My new ride for the shows. It's a big old roller. I don't know what brand this thing is. I'm gonna guess it's probably a product of the 40s. Newer Kohler engine on it. It's got basically no hours on it. But it's a lot of fun to ride around. I'll definitely get some footage later. Got the Whitty here running Brad's blower fan. Whitty's mag is not happy today. It's got quite a misfire to it, which kind of sucks, but hey, at least it's running. Got the hit and miss brake. Got the pumps going. I'm just waiting. My parents are going to bring out the stakes. I forgot them for these engines. Otherwise, they'll be running later. But we got the well pump running there. Got the Marlowe pumps going. Give me my air conditioner. Another new toy you guys haven't seen yet. It's a Lauson VA. The first air-cooled small engine they made. And it's actually connected to a pump, which is quite hard to find something like that. I picked this thing up at Cool Springs. Also not perfect yet, but it's getting there. Needs a little bit of governor work. But it moves a crap ton of water. Got the KR4. And the Poland Johnson NC here. My buddy Brad's got a whole bunch of engines he's got set up here, so hopefully later he'll be running them. Get some video of that. Got some cool lawnmowers and everything. And some really big international stuff down at the end that the Youngs brought. So it's definitely shaping up to be a really damn good show. Just not everything's running yet because it's so early in the morning. And then actually, one of my friends from Connecticut here, who's heavily involved with the Zag Race show, brought a whole bunch of Lausons. He's got a YouTube channel too. I forget the name of it off the top of my head, but I'll put a card up over there for you. But a lot of Lauson marine engines, just Lauson engines in general. Some really neat stuff. I'll have him give us a tour in a little bit. But I got to run over there and help drag out some of the big engines. So I'm going to go ahead and get busy with that, and I'll keep you guys posted as the weekend goes along. My buddy Brad's running his corn sheller. Being run by his Taylor vacuum engine over there. Just letting the kids do it, which is pretty neat. Go ahead. Kids love it. A couple more of Brad's engines we'll get running later. I'll make sure to grab some footage. Got his economy Stover Sears thing there. 3-horse John Deere, which is just running the pump here. Got a 3-horse Fairbanks Z. A little economy. Another economy. Cushman. Stover. And the big 6-horse Fairbanks, which I definitely want to get some footage of. Oh, and it's Fuller & Johnson too. Over here we got Mike's stuff. We got the Stover and the Fairbanks Z. Headless. The economy tractor. And I think that little dozer there is Steve's. 2 of Cliff's engines. Got the ice cream maker here. Over here we got some of Stewart's mowers. It's an FI Briggs on it, I think. Moto mower, that's pretty neat. Got a lock. Coldwell. And an Ideal, a really early Ideal with the small flywheels. So I'll make sure to grab some footage of these things running as the weekend goes along. Here we got Lester's display. Got his Stover CT2 running. And he's got his W&B Douglas pump going. And he actually added this. It's a water wheel that's driving a little guy here. He's one hell of a machinist. I bet he made all that himself. But that's a pretty neat little display there. Then we got some of Stanley's stuff. 1 3/4 horsepower Waterloo boy, air cooled. It's running really nice and slow. And then here's the water cooled version. These are just sweet running engines in general. And then here we got his, I think it's a 3-horse upright Famous. Also running nice and slow. Igniter fired. Got the fuel pump and water pump going on the side here. Screen cooled. It's a nice beast. This is the Young stuff here. I think that's a 6-horse Mogul with the igniter. Yep, there you go. This is a new one to this show. This hasn't been here in a long time. I think they just got it running again recently. Runs pretty good. Not my favorite engines in the world, but the big ones are kind of cool. And we got the usual stuff, the Fuller & Johnson. Another Mogul. This one's a big one though. 6-horse Famous. That was running earlier. Very true. Oh, this is a nice engine here. I'll catch that one running later. And a little LA or LB. Got the old trucks over there. I'll do walk down later. Got some race cars here. Got the bouncy house for the kids. It's a nice Model A Roadster there. Similar to ours, which I've yet to show on YouTube, but I will soon enough. It's in actually really nice shape. Ah, it's a deluxe Roadster with the wood, and that interior is pretty nice too. Very nice. Got some tractors, a couple John Deeres, a Farmall. I actually got a lot of tractors this year. The old Army Jeep. I'm just gonna walk around here because I don't really know a heck of a lot about these. Well, that one's definitely a stout machine there. Wow. Some funky looking John Deeres there. A couple Cubs. Some more Farmalls. Oliver. Some Fords here. Wheel Horse. Alice Chalmers, more Farmalls. John Deeres. Actually got some equipment belted up here, which is pretty neat. Got the buzzsaw back there. Looks like a cement mixer here. And a corn grinder there. It's kind of a neat one. More Farmalls. Some John Deeres and stuff. The hay wagon going around. Whole bunch of Farmalls. And these are the club's tractors here. This is a Fordson. My buddy Modesto and I actually got this Fordson running recently. Needs a little bit more work. That's why it's not running now, but it's a pretty neat piece. They did a nice job restoring it too. This one actually might not be the club's, I forget, but it's definitely a stout unit. Another one we want to get going. And the two McCormick Deerings we're doing work on right now as well, because all these things have sat for a little while, so they needed a little bit of help. But I think that most of them would make it out here under their own power as of right now, and hopefully soon enough we'll get all of them running under their own power. It's a pretty neat international dozer there, actually. All right, I'm gonna walk over to the trucks and see what we got for them over there. Heading over to the trucks here. It's a funky looking little Mitsubishi there. Just figured I'd show that. Got some big rig stuff here. This I don't really know a heck of a lot about. We'll do a little pan for you guys. I do know these better though. Nice old Dodge. The old straight six. 1939 says on the tag. It's a nice truck. Got Walter's 1931 Ford Model A pickup. '72 Chevy. This looks like a pretty clean truck. Automatic and everything. It's high living right there. Probably 50s or 40s Chevy. Also very nice. And this one's a 53. He comes here pretty regularly, but I'll show it again for those who haven't seen. I also can't really see the camcorder screen right now, so hopefully I got that in shot. But I think this is an interesting one with these extra windows in the back. Kind of neat. Grab a shot of this one too. Hopefully you guys can see something. Big old GMC 81. 3500. It's probably a 1-ton, I believe. And the old International. This is the clubs, I believe. Unless there's one that's just like it that's here. 65 Ford F100. Also really clean. Another 60s Ford. 62. Probably also an F100. Another Army truck over there. It's kind of neat. 55 Ford. Straight 6 in it. It's a nice rig. Army truck. 42 Dodge. WC51. That's pretty cool. That's World War II era right there. Oh, 79 International Scout. That's kind of cool. You don't see them that often. My buddy had one of these for a little while. It was kind of neat. They're cool trucks.
Yeah, big deal. What, $3 for a can of paint?
Yeah. Another Army Jeep here.
No, you're too young to remember things. You could buy a kit.
It's a 53 Chevy. I think this is 61. Yep. This one's here pretty regularly. Also really nice truck.
Look at a real one. It looks just like this.
1953 Dodge M37. That's pretty cool. I always like these old Army trucks. They're pretty neat. And we'll do a walk back here and let you guys who are interested see the big trucks here. I know literally nothing about these, so not exactly my area of expertise. That's a diesel swap Jeep. Oh, there you go. I'm actually going to swing back over to the engine display because my buddy from Connecticut brought a bunch of Lauson engines. I'm going to see if I can snag him and get us to talk about them. All right, so I'm back over here by my display, and we've got my buddy who on YouTube is Yankee Jr. He's from Connecticut. He's big involved with the Zagray show. You guys have been there. If not, you should definitely go to that show. It's pretty cool. But he looked a section of his collection of Lauson engines, and he's going to give us the rundown here. So, where do you want to start?
I guess we'll start down here since we're over in this area. I brought a cross-section of what I got in my collection. I got a lot of marine engines, and I've been trying to collect the air-cooled version that goes with each one of the marines. So see that the base is slanted.
Yep.
And it's the marine version, both air cooled. And then that's just a stationary unit. That one's a TLH, I believe. Yeah, TLH. What's different about that one is it's got the recoil start.
Yeah.
You don't see too many with a recoil start.
I was gonna say I've never seen that before. That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
What's the one with the red flywheel here?
So that one's in model LF.
Okay.
LF, I think it's 822. So that engine there is a stationary marine. It would probably run like a generator.
Oh, interesting.
On a boat.
What vintage are all these? Do you know?
That's like a 1938. These here are in the 40s.
Okay.
1940s.
Gotcha.
That one over there.
The blue one?
Is an air-cooled version of this engine.
Oh, interesting.
Of the LF. I don't remember the model code offhand. It does not have an original tag on it.
Okay, gotcha.
But that's an LF over there next to it with a transmission that goes in a boat. And I actually have a boat that came out of.
Oh, really? That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What's this big green one here?
This is a PAC model. And it's one of the largest ones they made. I think it's 5.5 horse.
Is it that much? Wow.
Yep.
Is that also for like 40s?
Yep. That's 40s vintage. So the engine that matches up to that is down here. This is a PAC Marine.
So this is the marine version of that engine.
Yep, so they call it PAM.
Ah.
For marine.
So the M's for marine then?
M for marine.
Gotcha.
You see that's on a slant, goes in a boat.
And then the propeller shaft would be off the back of that.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yep. And next to it here, this one is a PMM. And what it is, it's also usually the same block basically as this, same bore and stroke.
Okay.
But it's a water-cooled version.
Interesting.
That engine there is a stationary version of this engine in a water-cooled.
Oh, cool.
So these are the same horsepower engines, just different applications.
Gotcha. What about these little guys down here?
So this is an RSM. And if I'm not mistaken, I just got this engine. It's an RCM. And the difference is, this is the same block, same bore and stroke.
One's air-cooled and one's
air-cooled, one water-cooled, obviously.
Neat.
Been looking for one of those engines for, I don't know, 25 years.
Wow.
Just found it like recently. Well, knew about it, and the guy was nice enough. I told him when you'd ever get rid of it, I wanted it. So.
Oh, and you reached out?
Just reached out.
Nice. These two are cute.
Yep. So this unit here, the LMC. I think it's 3/4 horse. It's like the smallest one that Lauson made.
Interesting.
And that one there is what everybody refers to as the 4-bolt head Lauson.
I can see why.
And RLT is a model.
Interesting.
With a 4-bolt head. So that's pretty much, this one over here. This is an LW.
Earlier one?
No, earlier one. 1930s vintage LW. It's marine also. Has a water pump built into the base.
Oh, that's pretty neat.
Cam right here, pretty neat. Neat eccentric there that runs the water pump.
Wow, that is neat.
That's pretty rare engine. I haven't not seen too many of them.
Huh. And then what? Do you know anything about the big yellow one here?
I know that you have one.
Is it actually a VA?
Well, it is.
Oh, interesting.
VA. I don't know what the numbers are. 78078. It is a VA. I don't know. This one here, I got it in a basket case.
Okay.
It was all just parts in a bucket.
Yep.
Put it together, and it's a runner. Just recently, I found out that it's got orange paint underneath. I kind of did some paint stripping, experimenting on it. And I'm going to leave it there. I think the base would have been gray because I do see some gray under that. But I kind of like it.
Interesting.
So
yeah, this is the same engine that's on that pump that I was talking about earlier.
And I have the identical pump to you, but I got parts that are inside the impellers all broken up and
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Well, very cool. Thanks for taking us around.
You got it.
Check out his channel. I'll leave a card up over there, and I'll put a link in the description below. It's got some neat stuff. All right, so we're over by the big engine barn here. Figured I'd show you guys what we got running today. Got just about everything we dragged out running. Got the 15 horse Fairbanks. This is actually a local engine. This used to run a sawmill on the island back in the day. Kind of sits there and just chuffs along. Can hardly hear it running. And over here we got the big upright Fairbanks T, which I think is 9 horse. Yep, 9 horsepower. I think Tom said at the last show that this was a winch engine because of the extra long crank on it, but I could be a little wrong on that, so don't hold me to it. Also just kind of chuffing along. Got the Milo Eclipse engine here. 4 horse upright oil field engine with the hot tube. Over here we got the Lorenz running. I actually slowed this thing down a fair bit since the last time you guys have seen it. Runs really nice. These are really, really neat engines. I love them. Got the big 5 horse New Holland. I think this is a 6 horse upright New Way. Yeah, 6 horse New Way, air cooled upright. I don't think you usually see the big ones like this all that often. Definitely a neat piece. It's kind of a little loose on the skids, and the skids are not quite down all the way, so it's rocking around a little bit, but runs good. 9 horse Alamo walking beam engine. It's actually a perfect demo of that. You can see the exhaust rocker there. It looks like a walking beam. Got the 10 horse auto. At some point in this thing's life, it was converted from liquid gas to propane. I think it served in the oil fields for a while. And then over here we have the twins running, the 2 autos. These things have been running at least 5 years. Oh, I'm sorry. They're Deutzes, not autos. Oh, I guess, yeah, they're the same. These actually came from Argentina and shipped up here. The only difference between them, I think, is that this one has the crank car and the other one doesn't. And if you've been wondering this time what's making all the racket, that's our big 3-cylinder Atlas. Probably one of my favorite engines here, honestly. It's just so cool to listen to and even cooler to watch. You got so many things going at once. Between the fan and the water pump, and the long push rods, and the flappers up there, and the exposed valves. The governor's going around here. Got the big frick compressor. But even more interesting with this is that it's another local piece. This ran an ice plant out in Montauk, and it was installed in 1939 and ran till 1996. And the story I heard was that it was only ever shut off twice in its whole lifetime. Otherwise, it was running 24/7. And the one time it was shut off because the plant flooded, and then the second time it shut off because the operator who was supposed to watch it fell asleep. The thing ran away and it blew itself up. And if you look, they actually brazed the whole thing back together. All the way around the governor. The governor itself is brazed, and then all down in here, it's all brazed back together. I mean, you're talking about a braze that's like 5 inches wide there. It's insane. How they even got it hot enough to do that is beyond me. But it's definitely a neat piece. This massive thing, it's 55 horsepower. But it runs at 360 RPM, so lots of torque. Here's the info on it, actually. Here we go. There you go. We got a few other pieces here, but they aren't running. They need work. The 10 horse Fairbanks. Got to work on the mag. This is actually a standard marine engine, really early. Super neat. This one actually does run. We just don't have the setup to run it at the show right now. This one's a project. 2 GM diesels run. They're actually both pretty rare too, I believe. Just don't have them running. The 2 Massies, they sort of run. They need a little bit of help. Same with this Deutz. It does run, but it needs help. And these are some of Steve's things. I know that the cement mixer and the 2 economies run. Maybe I'll catch that later, but I'm not sure. He seems pretty busy today. It looks like Steve fired up his 2 economies here. We got a 5 horse and a 7 horse. It's kind of neat to see them side by side. Get a size comparison here. Looks like he's running a corn grinder or something here. And then for anybody who cares, we're actually doing a heck of a lot in this barn. We didn't quite finish it in time for the show, but we've got a lot of really big toys that are not currently here. The Worthington we're going to get running soon. The Kallenberg's kind of a, well, it's more of a display piece at this point. The saltwater's just ruined it, but we'll hang on to it because it's neat to look at. Not something you see every day. But what we've kind of got going on here, got a bunch of engines that are getting lined up against the back wall here. And all these are going to get plumbed in and whatnot so that they're ready to go. The Nash we're going to get going. This is actually a really neat piece, pretty early and very rare. It's a 75 horse twin cylinder Nash. Hopefully going to get it running this summer because it hasn't run in about 25 years. But what we got going on here, we got the single cylinder Fairbanks and we have a 2 and a 3 that are going to sit side by side, get poured on foundations. You can see the pipe there. We're actually starting to get everything set up so it can sit here and run. Gonna plumb the exhaust outside, gonna have air start and all that stuff. And then in addition to that, we've got a 65 horse Dealer for those of you guys who know what that is. We've got two 110 Ingersoll Rand compressors, or one with the compressor and one without. And then there's another engine or two that are big. A couple other big pieces that are all going to get put on here and plumbed in permanently. It's going to be much more like an actual museum. So stay tuned for that. We'll definitely keep you guys updated on that. Got the blacksmith shop going. And I think a little later today, they're actually going to run the thresher out front, so I'll make sure to get some video of that. But for now, I think I'm going to go grab myself a bite to eat. And like I said, I'll keep you guys posted on as the day goes on. All right, we're doing a sawmill demo here. I figured I'd get a little footage of this. Sorry, it's not the best angle, but it's the best I can do. So it's Sunday morning here. Show's starting to fill in a little bit. Got to catch up on some footage here because I didn't get that much yesterday. But I figured I'd go over here while Gene's got his stuff running. He actually brought a few pieces. He brought the compactor thing here, which I've got some old footage of. Maybe I'll throw in for those of you guys who haven't seen it, unless he fires it up again. Over here we've got a single-cylinder Caterpillar test engine. I believe it's a one-cylinder of a D8 Cat that they use for test purposes. But it's just sitting there chugging along. And I believe that's the piston and rod out of it. Which, that's my hand for size comparison. This thing kind of just sits here and knocks along. Got the little Honda there to start it.
Here we got a New Holland. One of the single flywheel ones, which is kind of neat. And then here we've got his GM diesel on a generator. I don't think that these are very common engines. I don't know much about them, but I don't think they're very common. That thing runs nice. It's running the big attic fan here. Got some junk for sale there. Got the roller. Woody's still misbehaving a little bit. Still got a misfire. I gotta try changing the plug and whatnot. I've been troubleshooting it today. But at least it's running, sorta. Got the hit and miss Briggs. NPR6 on the pump, and the Briggs Model B on the pump. 5S is taking a rest. Marlowe pump's chugging along. I actually got my Lauson running a hell of a lot better. The only skip it's got now is from the governor, which as you can see is a little sloppy, but it's running a hell of a lot better than it was. So I'm pretty damn happy with that. It really moves a lot of water too, it's pretty impressive. Got the KR4 chugging along. Looks like the Fuller and Johnson ran out of gas. Over here we got some of my buddy Tom's stuff. Some of you guys may know him as Boneyard Garage on YouTube. I'll put a link to his channel up there and in the description. But got his little carpet cut that he restored. I believe this is his wheel horse. And he's got the 3 push mowers. He's got a Cooper Clipper reel mower from the 60s, which I actually have one of these. I need to get it running and going again. He's got his 80s Briggs powered. This was his Pimp My Mower project, which is pretty hilarious. And then he's got, I forget what this thing is actually. Goodall. The Goodall mower with the Lauson engine on it, which is a really, really neat piece. Got the Farmall Cub towing the kiddie parade here. Got some garden tractors. This is all my buddy Brad's stuff. I'm going to get him to start some of it up later. Well, Brad hooked up the stover to the pump here. The big Gould pump. I always like those pumps, they're pretty damn neat. And we got his little Cushman Cub going here. And we got the economy throttler going too. Got Mike Stover running. '24 Fairbanks Z, horse and a half, throttle governed. Making some ice cream. And a little Ideal here. Over here we got some of Stewart's mowers, which are pretty neat. This is a moto mower with a Briggs FI, I think. Yep. That's just chugging along. He's got his lock and his Coldwell, which I featured in the last show video. And we got a really early Ideal with the really tiny flywheels on it. Some pretty neat stuff. I'm going to grab him, see if we can't get him to show him off we're actually working here. Alright, grab Stewart here. He's going to show us the Ideal push mower here, or lawnmower rather.
That is quite a piece. I really could not imagine mowing my lawn with that. Do you know what year this is?
1912.
1912. Wow, that's pretty early. A little bit of a workout to use, huh? That's insane. All right, we got the moto mower about to go around here. That one looks a little bit more tame, huh? You know what year this one is, or no?
1932.
1932, wow. Man, I'd almost use that to mow my lawn now. Some neat stuff. Very cool. Thanks for showing us. Well, we got the thresher going here. Got it belted up to a farm awl here. This thing hasn't run in years. It's a pretty neat piece. Well guys, getting towards the end of the day on Sunday. I think the show is pretty much just about wrapped up. Most of the spectators are leaving. People are starting to collapse tents and whatnot. The only two engines left running are mine, of course. Because I filled the gas tank up on the pump and the K way too much. And they still got a little bit left to burn off. So, probably just gonna let them burn off while I'm loading everything else up. But yeah, I think it's about time. I'm gonna have to start packing up and loading stuff up and get the hell out of here. But it was definitely a really good show. Saturday was packed. Today a little bit lighter, but still not bad at all. I don't know how much footage is gonna end up coming out to be because I didn't video that much because I was screwing around with tractors and having fun with friends and whatnot. But hopefully there's enough here for a good video. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and start packing all this stuff up, and I'll check back in and conclude the video a little later once I'm all done. So I'll see you then. Well guys, it's about 8:30 on Sunday and I'm getting ready to head home here. I'm absolutely wiped from this weekend. Holy crap. But my God, that was a lot of fun, and it was a really, really good show. Probably one of the better ones we've had since I joined, honestly. And that's going back probably 5 years now. But as you can see, I got the bed absolutely chock full. Probably won't have to worry about tailgaters on the way home. But amazingly, everything from my display there actually fit in the bed of the truck. I didn't think that would happen because I brought it out in 2 waves, but it did. It's definitely going to be a smooth ride, I can tell you that much. There's a lot of weight back there, but yep, just figured I'd conclude the video here. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, feel free to hit the little like and subscribe buttons. I'd appreciate that. And also leave a comment. But anyways, guys, I will see you in the next one. Time to drive home and then pass out probably. But all right, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.